when I was a school teacher, what I thought was being in my own classroom, I'm going to make a big difference with the kids that I have, and I like to think I did. I don't think there's any kid who ever had me as in third grade that doesn't remember me, and not in a negative way. I mean, I was hard on the students, but they learned everything they needed to learn, and I had a personality that it's hard to forget. So I knew I was making a difference there. But I would have kids come into my classroom who couldn't read in third grade. And I could tell you which first grade teacher they had, which second grade teacher they had, and which kindergarten teacher they had. Because if they couldn't read, I knew which 3 teachers weren't doing their jobs. And it used to tick me off. And I'm like, I went to the principal multiple times, who was a very good friend of mine, and said, why aren't you firing these people? They're hurting children. Like, I don't care if they love children. I don't care if they like children. They shouldn't be in the classroom. They're not doing their job. Well, it's really hard to fire teachers, blah, blah, blah. So going back to your question, as an administrator, so why did I become an administrator? Because I knew I could affect my 16 to 22 students every year in the classroom, but if I was administrator of a school, I could affect every child in that school. And I have no problems firing people. Like, that's not a problem for me. If you're not doing your job, get ready to get fired, because that's who I am. Like, if you're getting paid to do a job, you have an ethical responsibility to work as hard as you can to do it. So, well, that's my belief anyway. So, I became a principal, one, because the school that I became a principal of had a very different educational philosophy as a private school, and it was amazing. The educational philosophy was amazing. But also, I wanted to be able to affect change on a broad scale, and it was a K through 12 school, pre-K through 12 school. So I want to be able to affect a big group of people and do that, and I was able to, which also meant terminating some folks who were not good, but also recognizing and getting pay raises for people who were, and doing that type of stuff. So making the transition, like I said before, administration doesn't faze me, and I don't have a problem making hard decisions and doing the hard things that administrators require. I like to think it doesn't cause me stress. My wife would probably tell you differently. She says I don't express my stress the same way other people do. It's like all internal, I guess, which my blood pressure probably would say that, but nothing on the outside I can tell does. So.
And then moving into higher education, talk about that transition also.
So just like when I was a teacher and I realized there were crappy teachers that needed to be fired, so how can I fix that, become an administrator? I also got to thinking, how could I fix that even on a bigger scale? Because I believe in education, I believe in educating children, I believe in educating adults, but I thought, where could I have the biggest effect on educating or getting kids, people who are good educators? And really where it is here. Higher education is where you train the people to be the good teachers.